So, in my last video, I told you the #1 mistake DFW travelers make, and one of the big ones was paying for TSA PreCheck out of pocket. And a lot of you hit me in the comments like, wait, cards cover that? Yeah, they do. And that's just one thing. The right credit card for a DFW traveler can get you into a lounge before your flight, cover your global entry fee, give you back $300 a year in travel credits, and let you book a business class flight to London using points you earned buying groceries. I'm not exaggerating. I'm going to break down the exact math. Today, we're talking about the 3 best credit cards if you fly out of DFW regularly, and I'll tell you which one actually makes sense for your situation, because it's not the same answer for everyone. Let's get into it. What's good? I'm your host, and if you're new here, this channel is built specifically for travelers flying out of DFW. Not generic travel tips, DFW-specific strategy. Last video, I walked you through the biggest mistakes people make at this airport. Before that, we mapped out how to get to London in business class using points you can earn right here out of DFW. This video is the one I teased at the end of that last one, the credit card breakdown, and I've been getting DMs about this for weeks, so let's handle it properly. Quick disclaimer, I'm not a financial advisor. Everything here is based on my own research and personal use. Do your own due diligence before applying for any card. All right, 3 cards, real numbers. Let's go. Before I rank anything, here's how you should be thinking about this, because most people evaluate cards the wrong way. They look at the annual fee and stop there. $550 a year? No thanks. But that's not how travel cards work. Travel cards are designed around net cost after credits. The fee is the sticker price. The credits are the rebate. If you don't know how to use the credits, yeah, the card is expensive. If you do, some of these cards literally pay you. 3 things I'm evaluating for each card. 1, net cost after annual credits. What are you actually paying once you subtract everything the card gives back? 2, DFW lounge access. Which lounges can you walk into right now today at this airport? And what's the guest policy? 3, transfer partner value. Can you move these points somewhere useful? Ideally to book flights out of DFW at a fraction of cash price. I'm also going to give you my honest take on who each card is right for, because one of them is a trap if you're not disciplined about the credits, and one of them is basically free money if you are. Let's start with my top pick. Card number 1, the Capital One Venture X. Annual fee, $395. Now, before you close the video, stick with me, because on paper, this card costs less than a round-trip domestic flight by the time you factor in everything it returns. The credits. Every year, you get a $300 travel credit, automatically applied to any booking you make through the Capital One travel portal. That's not a reimbursement form. That's just, you book, it applies. And every year on your card anniversary, you get 10,000 bonus miles. At Capital One's standard redemption of 1 cent per mile toward travel, that's worth $100. So right there, 300 plus 100 equals $400 in value on a $395 card. Net cost, effectively $0 to $5 a year for any active traveler. The lounge situation at DFW is solid. Capital One operates their own lounge right here, Terminal D near Gate D22. This is a genuinely nice lounge. We're talking full bar, fresh food, showers, not a sad sandwich box situation.
Now, I do need to flag something important. This changed in 2026. As of February 1st, 2026, Capital One made some moves that affect how you use this card for lounge access. Previously, authorized users got free lounge access. That's gone now. If you want an authorized user to access lounges, it's $125 per user per year to restore that. Guest access also changed. You no longer bring guests free. Guests are $45 per adult at Capital One lounges, $35 at Priority Pass lounges. The one exception? If you hit $75,000 in annual spend on the card, you get 2 free guests. Most of us aren't there. So if you're flying solo or you're the primary card holder, this card is still a slam dunk. If you regularly travel with family or partner and want to bring them into lounges for free, we need to have a different conversation. Global Entry PreCheck. The Capital One X covers your global entry fee, up to $120 every 4 years. Global Entry runs $100 and includes PreCheck, so you're covered with cash to spare. More on the PreCheck versus Clear versus Global Entry breakdown in a minute. Earning rates. 10x on hotels and car rentals through Capital One Travel, 5x on flights through Capital One Travel, 2x on everything else. That 2x base rate is why I like this as an everyday card. Groceries, gas, restaurants, all earning 2x. Transfer partners. This is where VentureX gets sneaky good. Capital One miles transferred to Turkish Miles and Smiles, Avianca Life Miles, Air Canada Aeroplan, Air France KLM Flying Blue, and more. Why does that matter for DFW travelers specifically? Turkish Miles and Smiles lets you book Star Alliance business class, think Lufthansa, Swiss, United, for 45,000 miles round trip to Europe. That's a business class seat that would otherwise cost $4,000, $6,000 in cash, on points you earn buying coffee. Bottom line on VentureX, best for solo travelers or primary card holders who want the cleanest, simplest value. If you use it and put most of your spending on it, you're probably making money every year, not spending it. Card number 2, Chase Sapphire Reserve. Annual fee, $550. Here's the thing about this card. It costs more on paper, but it's the one that plays best with the broadest range of loyalty programs. And if you stay at hotels even a few times a year, or you're loyal to a specific airline, the math changes fast. The credits? $300 annual travel credit. But here's what makes it different from VentureX. This applies to any travel purchase, not just through a portal. Gas stations count. Tolls sometimes count. Uber, train tickets, parking, all of it. That $300 gets eaten up faster and easier than any other premium card. After that credit, $250 a year net cost on a $550 card. Lounge access. Here's where Chase is behind DFW specifically. There is no Chase Sapphire Lounge at DFW yet. They're building out their own lounge network, but for now, DFW coverage comes through Priority Pass, which includes the club at DFW. That's a solid lounge, not the premium experience of the Cap One or Centurion, but it works. The big advantage, 2 free guests at Priority Pass lounges, no restrictions. That didn't change. If you regularly travel with a partner or your kids, this matters. A walk-up guest at Club DFW is $50 a person. The Reserve covers that. Global entry credit, same as VentureX, $120 every 4 years, covers the fee. Earning rates, 10x hotels and car rentals via Chase Travel Portal, 3x on all travel and dining. This is where Chase wins versus VentureX for heavy restaurant and travel spenders. 1x on everything else. Transfer partners. This is where Chase Sapphire Reserve has the deepest bench of the 3.
United, Southwest, British Airways, Hyatt, Marriott, Aeroplan, Virgin Atlantic, Singapore KrisFlyer, Flying Blue. Hyatt is the crown jewel. The Chase to Hyatt transfer at 1-to-1 is widely considered the best hotel transfer in the points game. A Park Hyatt that goes for $500 a night can often be booked for 20,000 to 25,000 Chase points. That's a 2 to 2.5 cent per point redemption. On a card earning 3x dining, you can see how this adds up fast. For DFW routes, Chase also opens up Aeroplan for Lufthansa business class, Flying Blue for Air France deals, and Singapore for Southeast Asia itineraries, which connect through DFW's strong international terminal. Who is this card for? If you bounce between hotels and airlines, value flexibility above everything, and you want to bring someone with you into the lounge without thinking about it, this is your card. It's also the best card to pair with Hyatt Loyalty if that's your hotel program. 8:45 to 11 minutes. Card number 3, American Express Platinum. Annual fee, $695. I want to be real with you on this one. The Amex Platinum is the most expensive, has the most credits, and requires the most work. For some people, it's the best card they own. For most people, it is a trap. Here's why. The credits, all of them. $200 airline fee credit, but only for one airline you select. Not for tickets, fees only. $200 hotel credit. Find hotels and resorts bookings through Amex Travel, not just any hotel. $200 Uber Cash, $15 a month, plus a $20 bonus in December. $240 digital entertainment, Netflix, Disney+, Peacock, etc. Spread across months. $155 Walmart Plus membership credit. $100 Saks Fifth Avenue, split across 2 halves of the year. $189 Clear Plus credit, covers the full Clear membership. Total potential value, over $1,400 a year on a $695 card. On paper, you're way ahead. In reality, most people don't use half of these. The Uber Cash comes $15 at a time. The Saks credit requires you to actually shop at Saks. The airline credit is for fees, not flights. If you're not actively managing each of these, you are leaving money on the table and overpaying. If you are someone who would naturally use all of this, you are getting paid to carry this card. DFW Lounge Access, this is where Amex Platinum genuinely dominates. At DFW specifically, you have access to Centurion Lounge, Terminal D, best lounge in this airport, not close, Priority Pass, no restaurant redemptions under current terms, Delta Sky Club, 15 visits per year when you're flying Delta. That's 3 different lounges in one airport on one card. Guest policy, 2 free guests at the Centurion Lounge, but there are new rules. After July 2026, same flight requirement kicks in. Your guests must be on the same flight as you. There's also a 5-hour layover limit at Centurion Lounges, so if you get there 6 hours early, you may be asked to leave or wait. Plan accordingly. Global entry and clear. Amex covers global entry up to $120 every 4 years, same as the others. And because it also covers clear at $189 a year, if you want the absolute fastest possible security experience at DFW, Amex Platinum is the only card that gets you there. Clear gets you to the front of the PreCheck line, global entry for customs coming home. Bottom line, if you fly Delta out of Terminal E regularly, want the Centurion Lounge as your base at DFW, and you can genuinely work through every monthly and yearly credit, Amex Platinum earns its fee. If you'd use 50% of those credits, just get the Venture X. Real quick, because this comes up constantly, what's the difference and what should you actually get?
TSA PreCheck, $78 to $85, good for 5 years. Dedicated lane, no shoes off, no laptop out. Works at over 200 airports. If you fly to Nestic regularly, this alone changes your airport experience. Global entry, $100, good for 5 years. Includes PreCheck plus expedited re-entry through customs when you come back from international travel. You scan your passport, look at a camera, answer a few questions on the kiosk, and walk out. No line. If you fly internationally even once a year, even once, global entry is the move. It costs $22 more than PreCheck standalone, and all 3 cards we talked about today cover the full $100 fee with a credit. Clear, $189 per year. Biometric, fingerprint, and iris scan lets you skip straight to the front of the TSA line, even ahead of the PreCheck lane. It's the fastest experience at a busy airport like DFW. Is it worth $189 out of pocket? Debatable. Is it worth it when the Amex Platinum is already giving you a $189 credit for it? Yes, that's essentially free. My recommendation: use any of these 3 cards to get global entry covered. If you get the Amex Platinum, add Clear. Done. Before we close, 3 bonus cards I want to mention because they come up for DFW travelers. Bilt MasterCard, $0 annual fee. If you rent your home or apartment, this card earns points on your rent payment. No fee for the transaction, which is rare. Those points transfer to AA Advantage, Virgin Atlantic, Aeroplan, and Hyatt. AA flies heavily out of DFW. This is their home airport. Earning points on rent and moving them to AA Advantage is genuinely one of the best plays for someone just starting with points. Chase Sapphire Preferred, $95 per year. The starter version of the Reserve. Same transfer partners, lower earning rates, $50 annual hotel credit. The typical sign-up offer of around 60,000 points is worth at minimum $750 toward travel. If you're not ready to commit to $550 a year, start here. Accumulate points and product change to the Reserve when it makes sense. Delta Sky Miles Reserve, $650 per year. If you fly Delta out of Terminal E out of DFW consistently, and I mean consistently, this card gives you unlimited Delta Sky Club access, no visits cap. If you're in the club 2 or 3 times a month, you're easily getting $200, $300 a month in lounge value alone. Very specific use case, but worth knowing. Let me make this simple. You fly solo, want the best ROI, and don't want to think about it? Venture X. $0 to $5 net cost, great lounge right here at Terminal D, strong transfer partners. It's the most efficient card in this lineup. You travel with someone else, value flexibility across airlines and hotels, and have Hyatt or United loyalty? Chase Sapphire Reserve. More expensive, but 2 free guests at Priority Pass lounges and the deepest transfer partner list make it worth the gap. You fly frequently, you're organized about credits, and you want the best lounge experience at DFW? Amex Platinum. The Centurion Lounge is legitimately the best in this airport. Clear plus global entry covered. but you have to work the credits. One more thing. These cards can stack. A lot of people hold Venture X as their daily earner and keep Amex Platinum for lounge access and clear. That's a totally valid two-card setup if you can work both credit structures. The goal is simple. Stop paying for things the card would cover for you. TSA PreCheck, lounge day passes, global entry, all of this money is already on the table. You just have to pick it up. If you found this useful, drop a comment below. Tell me which card you're running or which one you're thinking about. I read every comment on this channel.
If you're new here, subscribe. Every video on this channel is built around flying smarter out of DFW. Point strategy, airport navigation, gear that actually matters. And the next video? I teased this one, now I'm delivering. How to use Google Flights like a pro from DFW. Date flexibility, price tracking, hidden city fares, all of it. That one drops soon. Hit the notification bell so you don't miss it. See you on the next one.